Happy?
Mate, I think so.
We're good.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Well, off to a better start than last episode. As you'll know and as you can hear and see for YouTubers, there is no interns today. So
I think we learned our lesson, didn't we?
gave a kid a shot,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, he will not be coming back.
No. It was good to have him here, though. It sort of brought, I don't know, just an edge of youthfulness into proceedings.
It was a bit reckless.
Yeah.
It was very reckless. But you're right. I mean, when I was angry at you last week for the intern role you filled, you did nail it in terms of hotness. So I can't be angry at you for that.
No.
In terms of skill set, though, just glad he's good at footy because that wasn't what he did was horrible. Did it 3 times as well during the week.
A lot of the comments on our intern, if you missed it, go back and have a look. Of course, young lad, Bailey Smith, joined us for a couple of weeks, and a lot of people trying to connect a few possible dots, a few rumours about, there's a certain club's hat in the room.
Yes.
And, it was interesting, wasn't it?
It was. And you did have a lengthy chat to him about Moorabbin.
Yeah,
Just how good of an area it is, the culture down there.
Yeah, we just ran through some of the coffee shops, like the fish and chip shops nearby, that sort of thing. And I just went, it's like for no reason. I just thought I'd tell you.
What was your vibe on him potentially going there? Be honest.
There's a vibe. There's more of a vibe than there's no vibe, which is good.
He's not going, is he?
Well, because what I did do, I will be honest. I created a list of all the places that it's just definitely not. And he went, "Yep, no, that's true. Yep, no, it's not going to be that place.
Yeah.
Yep, it's not going to be that place.
Yeah. Okay.
And Moorabbin is on the list.
Okay. On a long list of like 10 teams maybe.
Maybe between now and then I'll announce one team that it's definitely
Well, give us
not.
one now.
It's definitely not the West Coast Eagles.
That's a given, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There
you go.
Another, 17 episodes to go until we find out where he's going.
Stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya. There was heaps of sick kids, and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. That was not a horizontally challenge, if you get what I mean. Boner. Tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got a line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips him. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Missed you all. Weird week. No football, no AFL. AFLW started, but no AFL. Everyone just took a little breather. Everyone went and rested, got themselves right, got the body, got the mind right. Now we're back in the swing of things. Big week coming up, but the AFLW started.
Yeah.
You had a good weekend, I assume. I didn't really see much of you on the socials, or
No, it's just playing pretty low key.
low key, resting as well.
Yeah, I mean, September's my month.
You come alive here, don't you?
It's my birthday. It's it's Marbo. It's it's all that.
Yeah, it's big for you.
and it's my 30th. So
Yeah.
you can imagine.
Yeah. What
So-
dates everyone knows?
It's September 11.
That was grim. Don't know
Why
why would you say that?
Oh, well, because it's true.
You should change your day out of respect.
Well, I think they should because it's my special
They
day.
can't.
It's my special day.
Okay, so September 11, that's
so
your day.
so given the fact it's the 30th, it's a bit of a festival.
It will be
you
a
know?
festival.
So I've just sort of played it like
Yeah, you planning to take the lid off it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Beers barking. Am I right? Yeah. Beers be barking at you. It'll be good.
Beers will be big time barking. I think like maybe even margaritas this month.
Wow.
Like it could be a bit of a cocktail month.
I had a spicy marg on the weekend.
Thoughts?
Good. Rated it.
Prefer the spicy to just the salted rim?
Well, I had that as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Depends where you go.
Well, true.
Depends where you go. I loved it. Not a big spicy guy. I find pepper hot. But found that spicy marg really, really good. But as I said, no AFL. AFLW started, and geez, I tell you what, the programs team, the team we've got around, the team who asked us to jump on board with them because they were confident, been doing a lot in the off-season, a lot of stuff on social media, getting loud, getting confident, rolling around one in the Lions, and got smacked in the face by North.
Yeah.
Grand final replay.
Yep. It was, yep.
Yeah, got smacked.
Yeah, look.
Not great to be associated with that so far, you know?
Well, that's why it's important to have individual teams.
True.
And then show team.
Yeah.
Not a great start from the girls. I think bit of a statement though from North Melbourne. They've been sort of teetering on the edge. It feels like now for a couple of years of joining that elite 2 or 3 teams.
Yep.
Like that's kind of been, I guess, that's how I describe the AFLW over the since its inception. It's always been like Adelaide Crows, and then you'd say Brisbane and Melbourne.
Daisy Pearce, Aaron Phillips.
Exactly right. And then now we're just sort of seeing that sort of a couple more teams enter that league, and North is right up there.
Yeah.
That's
well,
cool.
they look very good against our team. Also, Daisy Pearce era in West Coast start off with a bang.
How weird did it look though? The press conference, just her in those colours, it was. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
Weird.
It just looked odd.
Well, yeah, but she got to win. 1 point win over the Tigers. And then we had the Giants who just gave the Doggies the business, winning by 63 points. Westo, no one pick. Got around Westo hard. Didn't have a great debut. But listen, all debuts don't go to plan. One touch, hey, better for the experience, better for the run.
Some debuts don't go to plan. I hear yours was.
I had 15 in talk mark of the year. So, I mean, that's a pretty good, as an 18-year-old, couldn't ask for a better debut.
No, exactly.
No. Rising star nom, they were saying. I said, your words.
Your words, but I'm agreeing with them.
Whatever.
They are yours.
Bit of housekeeping as well before we get into it. The grand final event, our DDF grand final party, which we're having at the deck at the Prince. Bit of confusion. Is the deck or the Prince? No, it's at the Prince on the deck. We'll make it work for the day, okay? There'll be lots of signage, so you guys will figure it out. Sold out in 12 minutes. 12 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So we sold the first allocation, and then I opened up the tickets again. Some of you motherfuckers had notifications on.
I didn't know that was possible.
Neither did I. Got hit up for, hey, there's more tickets available. So people get an email left, right, and center. Ding, 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 ding. Next minute, I looked down my phone. All gone again, all exhausted. Before I could even put a post up to say, hey guys, there's more tickets, you ate them all up. So look, we're going to see, there's 4 weeks to go?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Let's see where we work or where we land on the RSVPs.
Sure.
If there's some that pull out, we'll put those tickets up. Mm-hmm. So we're at max capacity right now. We need a lot of room for the activations, for the fireworks, for the tattooist. There's a lot of things going on.
For the fireworks?
I think we've got an elephant up there and giraffe.
Yeah, well, totally.
There's a lot happening up there. The DJ.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on up there. So we're going to try and see what the layout's like and see if we can jam some more in there. But for those who got tickets, it's going to be great. It's going to be really, we know what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's a bit on. And not like you're boring old, let's just cram ourselves into a stuffy conference room. There's no windows in this thing. And, there it is. There's someone speaking who spoke for 30 years again. There's Lee Matthews just yelling at me. You know? Lee, calm down, Lee. It's fine. You know? So we're thinking just big party time from the start.
It's going to be one for the ages.
It's going to be great. Yep, the great. So then we'll get bigger and bigger. Next year will be bigger. We'll have more tickets for you guys. So
what the hell are we going to do next year? We're going to have to host on the moon.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Also, just you can't see me walking for YouTube who are watching, but everyone listening, I'm walking quite well around when I am physical and moving. I'm walking. 93 Ks in the weekend. I ran.
Sort of up here is not doing well.
No, it's not. But 93 Ks ticked off on Thursday and Friday. So did the 33 on the Thursday, and then bad conditions for a run on Thursday. I don't know if you remember. Stormy, windy, horrible out there. Got caught in a storm.
Yeah, and good idea to just run right by the water.
Oh, that was horrible. Monsoon type conditions, and ran down to Morty Alec and back and thought, this isn't great. And then the same conditions on the Friday when they're around the 60. Same conditions, horrible. But it was 33 and then a 60.
Incredible. So you got down to Morty Alec, did you? Was that the...
There, yeah. So on the second day when I had to do 60, because the plan was to go 46 and a half, 46 and a half.
Yep.
You know, even split, do it easy. Got to 33 on the Thursday and thought, okay, this is generally a monsoon now.
Yep.
So on the Friday, I woke up and I honestly thought about texting our graphic designer and going, hey, just mock up a Strava of 60 Ks. Are you able to do that? And I'll just go outside every hour or so. Doing something. Yep, it's really hard. It's really hard. Oh, God, how about this running I'm doing? Yeah. So I thought about that and then I'm like, nah, that's not how we roll. We don't do that around here. So got moving again and just all the way down to Morty, 30 Ks out, 30 Ks back. And it was a genuine walk by the end of it.
Yeah, okay.
The hips were gone. But then I took myself to the hospital after. My ribs were killing me. When the MRI machine said, mate, you won't believe this. What? There's a dog trying to break out of your ribs. So yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Are you telling me there's a dog in me still? Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I did run 93 Ks in 24 hours.
After all this running, you would have thought, after all this time, You just would have thought the dog would have left it.
Nah, it hasn't. I took him for a walk. Took him for a stroll down to Morty Alley, came back.
Always.
Unreal. So it was actually put up all right. Played golf on the Friday to get the body moving.
Well, that just okay. I don't actually understand that. Like that's amazing. That's for me is more impressive than the run.
It was okay. The joints were okay. I'm just built different.
Yeah, well,
I know. Some are, some aren't. But the only thing that's hurting, and I'm still feeling a little bit, is the blisters. It's like a cushion on my toes. I can feel them still. They're filling up.
Yeah.
And they pop, and then my socks get wet, and it's just a bad experience down there. A lot of blisters.
Do you think you're going to be doing this next year for Gatorade? Because I can't help but feel like we need to come up with another better idea. That hopefully won't get you killed or worse.
I mean, win by, run by would have been easier.
Yeah.
And a lot shorter.
I tell you what, I did the maths. It wouldn't have been a whole heap shorter.
You reckon?
Nah.
Oh, God. I think it worked out to be 192 Ks I've run.
Yeah.
So that's a lot in the legs. I don't run. I'm not a runner. I'm not Ned. So I'm glad it's over. One more, and now all that has to happen is that the Blues have to make the grand final.
Yep.
And from there, I'm sweet. So
you're doing it for the finals?
Well, may as well see it through.
Yeah. So you've got.
They can't get rolled by 93 points in the final. But that's just not going to happen. I mean, Southport did roll Frankston by almost 93 points in the weekend in the
Did
BFL.
they really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Frankston didn't score in the first quarter, still scored 103. Southport scored 195. 30-degree heat on the Gold Coast, just smacked them.
Yeah, well, that's not Frankston conditions, is it really?
No, well, it also makes me scared because if it's 30 degrees, Gold Coast, we're going to Brisbane, the Blues. Yeah. It's going to be 30 degrees again up there on Saturday. Boys don't like the heat. Melbourne boys don't like that heat.
So what do we do do they do saunas every day, do you think?
I think so.
It's got to be something, right?
Figure it out, yeah. But it's going to be nice. I can't wait. We're going to the Brizzy, or I'm going to Brizzy. You're definitely not. I am.
You can't keep saying we.
I'm going to Brizzy. I can't wait. Going up Friday, as we said, in the front of the airplane.
Oh.
Only because, before everyone starts saying anything, only because I went to go get economy. So this is what happened.
Oh.
This is, no. This is what happened. And
people
out here will respect me for this. So at halftime of the Freo Port game, I looked on Virgin, and they were $400 one way of that game for flights from Melbourne to Brizzy. Then the siren went when Port won, and then Carlton were through the finals. Went up to $980 for economy seats, and business was $1,027. I said, okay, well, I'm going to clearly pay another $50, $60 to go sit at the front of the airplane with the pilot. I was like, how much to sit in the pilot's lap?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that just shows how different we are, because I would have thought, okay, well, that extra $50, $60, that can be my food for the weekend when I get there.
Ali, but you're already paying $980. You're in for a lot of money once you're there already. So that was one ticket for me. Anna's coming as well. So the old wallet got hit pretty hard.
And I assume you have to get back to Melbourne. So there's that too.
Yeah. And sitting at the front of the plane again. Because the flights back were the same price.
Were they?
Yes, they were. They were. So shout out to Virgin. Absolutely love what they're doing. It's not a sponsored deal at all. No, it's actually not a sponsored deal.
No.
It's coming from my pocket, so I wish it was. Week one of finals, we said. Week one of finals coming up. We are pumped. We cannot wait. This is just going to be the greatest week of our lives. Thursday night footy is back in a Friday and a Saturday day and a Saturday night. How good. We're 4 sleeps away from seeing Port and Geelong.
The Thursday is...
Big.
That's so good, I think.
It's we love that.
I'm welcoming it back with open arms.
In Adelaide, the City of Churches will be rocking. Never tear us apart playing in Adelaide. A full house on Thursday night football. Oh, just give it to us. Just give it to us. So we thought, I guess, this week, given there was no football, that we wouldn't have any headlines. Wow, we have headlines left, right, and centre. The first one that came to my attention was just crazy. In the soccer, the MLS suspended our very own Socceroo, Patrick Yazbek. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I think so.
For 2 games for using the word. You going to beep that out?
Well, I don't know. Do we need to?
I don't know.
Maybe I will, but
Just
you know
maybe.
what it is.
You know the word. Towards an Austin FC opponent. So he'll also have to attend a restorative practice program. This is just the most Aussie way ever to get suspended, isn't it? Now he could have seen a friend out in the field, could have seen his family. We say it all the time to each other, the people we like. It's a way that we say we love each other. It's an endearing word here in Australia. Yeah. You don't suspend someone for 2 games for saying he likes someone.
You certainly don't have to take him to essentially a rehab program.
No, definitely not.
You go, no, I know what I did.
So poor bloke, and then apparently there was selection for the Socceroos game coming up and didn't get selected. And now if the coach is saying we don't like using that word, then that's un-Australian.
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
Imagine if that was Aussie rules. Your big players be suspended literally, like multiple players every game.
Awareness.
Yeah. It's a high awareness.
Was it low grade or high grade? Well, no, that one came
Yeah.
across a bit more like he does know him. So
Imagine the tribunal. Did he say you were a sick,
Yeah.
a good, or a bad?
or just straight
Yeah,
up.
because that's the kind of like medium,
Yeah.
Medium high
Yeah.
kind of ranking system.
That'd be a good. We need to figure out that ranking system. I reckon like funny or sick is fine.
I mean, getting called a dumb one's not great. I think that's the one where you go, okay.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
That would
I think
hurt.
if you get called a sick one, that's on.
Yeah.
A good,
Yeah.
then the negatives are, which you would get suspended, are dumb.
Dumb. Fat.
That's another one.
You
Yeah,
would- you
those
wouldn't
two.
really be able to say that.
That's where they got to fall.
Yeah,
In those
okay.
4 categories.
See, Americans.
We worked it out.
Switch it on, buddy.
Hey, EPL update. I haven't been paying attention, but you have. How'd the Gunners go?
We drew. It was frustrating for me because, I mean, other than the fact that it was just frustrating, but, I mean, poor old Arsenal. They didn't see me coming because what they didn't realise is rookie error number 1, don't put an Arsenal game at a 9:30 kickoff on a Saturday night. I've got Rosé.
Yeah, true.
I've got my phone.
Dangerous.
It's not smart.
Oh, no. What'd you do?
So if they've got a 2 a.m. game,
Oh, no.
no, but if they've got a 2 a.m. game, well, they won't see me, like I'm.
Who'd you message?
I sent a really
You were
nice-
angry at some young kid. I
No,
saw.
well, yeah, I was fuming at who. Okay, so we signed a guy called Mikel Merino in the week.
Yeah.
Did his shoulder? Hasn't even played yet.
How much money you spent on him?
Well, millions.
Wow. It's not
Like
good.
you can't be doing that. But no, Declan Rice got his second yellow card, so he got a red card. Just ridiculous circumstances, whatever. But I sent him a message and just said, "Look, I'm thinking of you." And
Great. He would love that as well.
Yeah,
He's sitting there in his
if he-
rehab facility.
well, when I sent it, it then said you can only send. Sorry, you can only send messages to this person if you follow each other.
Oh.
So it was a bit of a pointless.
Yeah. So you had to
Paragraph.
follow him, did you?
Yeah, but he has to follow me too to
Yeah.
receive her. It's all
That's
just a mess.
don't put that in your settings, I reckon. It's not on. Who has that in their settings? Just let it fly.
That's when you know you're
big.
You're probably a bit too big.
Wow. Well, I'm trying to get into it. I am this year. I was into it as a kid, went for Chelsea. My friends and I, we have a friend, Ziggy, who just moved to London trying to pick a team.
Okay.
Obviously now his new sport, has to get into it. Same time zone. Only thing you can really watch. So he's going for, I think we're on Chelsea. Chelsea, we're not good. You told me we're like Ted Lasso at the
You
moment.
are the real life Ted Lasso.
Run me through this again.
So you had a Russian owner for
No, great.
for so long.
That's a bad start.
Bad start. Then you had a North Korean. No, you had a Russian guy, and he was stable. Like he was a bit
Was
of
he?
a cockhead. Well, he was around for like the most of my lifetime as a Premier League fan. And then he left, and now you've got Todd Bowley, who's an American guy, and he's not only American, he's like the most American.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's calling for an All-Stars weekend.
No.
All of that sort of stuff. But they have over 40 people in your squad, which
Great.
on a game day, you only need 15.
But good for culture.
Not good for culture when the coach has said, yeah, I don't really know what all the fuss is about. I took training with 20 people today and there were 20 other people somewhere just doing their own thing.
Oh,
Running their own training or something.
This is a disaster for Chelsea. So we're cooked. So I see right now we're 11th.
Yeah.
We've lost one and drawn.
Yeah. Did you win
Yeah.
the first?
We won. No, we lost the first,
Lost-
then won, and then we drew
Sure.
on the weekend. That's not great. Man City are cheaters, eh?
They're facing a point deduction this year. So it's
For
finally,
salary cap.
yeah, it's finally going to hit them.
About time.
Yeah.
That's bring them down. They should. How many points are we going to lose?
I don't know, but didn't you say the other week that you also quite liked Man City? I swear you did.
Back in the day.
Right.
Yeah. Back in the day. I'm going to get around. I'm going to try and watch a game. It's still not too late, though. I'll wait too late. NFL starts as well Friday. Big weekend of sport.
We're back.
Tell
it's
you
probably
what.
the best crossover weekend.
It is. It's
Where
great.
everything's
Now,
on.
I know that people are going, just get the football. Let's talk about football. No. We're broad here. We run deep.
Nathan.
Journalism. You know, do we have a degree in journalism? Absolutely not. But we're broad.
I do.
You do. I don't. But we're broad, aren't we?
We're totally Nathan.
We go to NFL. NFL starts Friday night.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for that. There's a game in Brazil. Now, the thing in Brazil is that the teams obviously get social media, as we see. We love the social media aspect of sport.
Sure.
So they go there and they get the updates. Hey, these guys are warming up. Oh, these guys ate a funny little Brazilian street food thing.
yeah.
Well, they eat there. Bats, probably.
What do they eat in Brazil?
I don't know. Street food. But they're over there now. But now the rules with Twitter in Brazil is that the people who are in Brazil trying to tweet back to the American fan bases can't actually use Twitter or access Twitter over there. So now they can't take anyone there. They're going to have people on the ground send stuff back to Americans so the Americans can tweet, oh, how good is it in Brazil?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So X is banned, is it?
Yeah. Cannot use it over there. So now they're going to have teams double handling content to then send from America acting like they're from Brazil.
Tell you what, that's from a content job
That's a nightmare.
perspective. But I reckon it's how good, because essentially you get to go to Brazil. You got no pressure about uploading. You just go film, and then go, I really wish I could upload it. I can't.
Yeah, here's a bunch of content. Do what you want. Do what you want.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for NFL. It's a rough start. Red Zone is the one for me.
You
Get up on a Monday, you watch your Red Zone from 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And you just see it through to work to like 9.
Yeah.
And then all the way through on a Monday.
We're going to need a screen in here, really, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
For a bit of Red Zone.
Yeah, I'm nervous about my fantasy team, as we've spoken about. San Fran heavy. So we'll have to fix that out.
Did you see, hey, just before I forget, San Francisco player was shot on the weekend.
I did see that.
In
a rookie.
An armed robbery
What's his
attempt.
name? San Fran rookie shot.
Hectic.
49ers rookie Ricky Purcell released from hospital after being shot in the chest in San Francisco robbery attempt. Police said both Purcell and the suspected shooter were hospitalized following a gunfire Saturday. So this is right. So this is what happened. So I remember reading this. He was walking in San Fran. A robber came up to him because he was wearing a Rolex.
Yeah.
Tried to get a Rolex of him. They got in a tussle. He shoots the rookie in the chest, but then somehow he gets a gun and starts chasing the robber down. Anyway, walks literally to the ambulance, lays down, is like, oh yeah, I'm bleeding from my chest, help me out.
You know why?
Why?
He saw what Fossey did.
Oh yeah. What's with everyone just, being a thief and getting...
But just sort it out, America. Like,
Yeah.
At least we don't shoot here.
No, we don't at all. No, that's crazy.
It's a mess.
That's crazy. Let's get into some football now, as everyone's probably saying, just get into footy. Bottle thrower has been banned for life. Banned from going to the footy, and fair enough as well. A 23-year-old 3-game Carlton member
So
will be never
key
allowed.
though, it's key that he was a member.
I ran with that he wasn't a member. Now this isn't our kind. If you're a 3-game member, you're not one of us.
I think you also
You're a
ran
bandwagoner.
I think at one point you ran that it was a St Kilda fan. So
Well, I had to point the finger somewhere, didn't I? 3-game member, that's not one of us. That's like you becoming a 3-game Port member, which you might be able to do. Can you do that now for finals?
no. I mean, maybe.
If you haven't jumped on a bandwagon, ladies and gentlemen, start jumping on one.
Yeah.
If you I'd give you till Tuesday to jump on one.
Oh, it's got to be before the first game. Like, you can't pick one in
What are we thinking the heaviest bandwagon will be in terms of how much weight will be on this thing?
Hawk. Has to be.
You reckon?
Has to be.
Yeah. Probably right, actually.
Has
All
to
the
be
dogs?
All the dogs, yep.
Jeez. Well, the bottle thrower won't be at any games. Cannot go. So I want to know if he's got a ban, how's it policed? What's stopping him from actually just going again and being like, oh, no, it's not me? Is it like, do we need facial recognition? Because I think they have that in...
Certainly have it in England.
They do, yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're actually banned for life, there's a facial recognition system that alerts people in the stadium and then gets you out of there.
Hard when it's 0 degrees and everyone's wearing a big hoodie and a face mask and
True.
all the rest of it. But yeah, it's. I mean, we laughed about the guy, the Collingwood fan who got the ban.
Yeah.
early, and
It was-
I think we'll be able to see him.
We're going to
coming.
get him probably, but just a normal guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see someone rolling around Marvel Stadium in an Iron Man mask, you're probably thinking, oh, that might be him.
And a Mount Franklin bottle. And a straw.
And a pump bottle full of rocks. You're probably thinking, oh, that might be him. That might be him. But banned for life. So, I mean, let's be completely honest. Unless he's getting police, there's no way he's just not getting his ticket bought for him from mates and sneaking back into a game.
Okay, can I throw this one at you? If we're on the street on a Friday night and a bottle of water gets thrown just up in the air and hits you, do you reckon that you would then try and get that person to have criminal charges? Probably not.
No.
So I'm not condoning it, but then the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, a life ban. Maybe I was sort of thinking maybe a 10-year ban.
I was thinking death penalty.
Well, okay, there's that too.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big thing.
It's pretty big. I guess it's just a precedent being set, right?
23 years old. Never to go to football again.
That's sad.
That's a travesty. I mean, you should have thrown the bottle, but I mean, he absolutely launched that bottle if we're thinking about it. Someone described it as a missile in the paper. I was like, oh, well, not really a missile. I don't know how full the bottle was. Was it like 3/4 full as well?
Well, to get a little bit of speed behind it, you'd imagine there'd be a fair bit in there.
Apparently, he was in the stands just like winding his arm back for 10 winds and then let it go.
Getting ready for the Mark Holden touchdown and then just...
Legit. So I still think that the punishment should have been, you can go to the football, but you have to go down Collins Street and just survive.
Yeah.
And we all line up like a grand final parade and we get to throw bottles at him.
Or you can only go to the graveyard shift game.
Yeah.
That's
what would
the
yours
one
be? Your
fixture.
bottle of choice? If you to put something in there. At him.
Put
As if that was a punishment. So say you say to him, hey, you can go to the football, but your punishment is you have to walk down Collins Street and people can throw like bottles at you.
Well, I can't. We want to try and, not death. But
No,
just
I don't want to hurt him,
maim
no.
or seriously injure.
I was thinking I just feel mine. I eat like a bunch of Indian food. Heaps of like buttered chicken, some vindaloo. I get the runs bad. Just like water almost. And then I get like a wide bottle to obviously fit everything in and just poo in it. And then the cap's slightly undone when I throw it at him. So he's just got shit just running down the back of his neck. And he's only halfway through Collins Street.
I was just thinking 7-Eleven slushy, so
Fair
we're on
enough.
slightly different wavelengths.
Mine's a lot of admin.
Yeah.
A lot of Indian food. That's a lot. Yeah, who would think about that? That's weird.
Yeah,
Haven't
it
thought
is
about it
odd.
much. The AFL Awards night was during the week and the All-Australian squad was announced. Let's go through it now. We've got Nick Blakey, Wiedering, Luke Ryan, Dane Zorko back in the squad.
Welcome back.
Remember, was All-Australian as a forward a long time ago. Now All-Australian as a back. Jerry McGovern is back in the team. Dan Houston, after getting suspended, still made the team. Errol Goulden, Marcus Montepelli is the captain. Nick Dacos on a wing. We know he loves a wing, Dacos. I always see him on a wing just up and down. Never see him in the guts.
It's just a fantasy team at this point, isn't it?
Chad Warner, half forward, Jeremy Cameron, Isaac Heaney, Jake Waterman, Jesse Hogan, Dylan Moore. Yeah, Chad Deal.
Yeah, well done.
Great man. Max Gawn is your ruckman. Paddy Cripps is the vice captain. Caleb Sarong on the bench. You got Lockie Whitfield, Lockie Neal, Adam Treloar, Zach Butters. Umpires. Didn't know they did umpires.
It's okay.
Matt Stevick, Michael Barlow, and Matthew Dervin as the goal umpire. Now, my takeaways were the New South Wales and WA players don't give a shit about dress codes.
Can I just say,
did you see
great
this?
pickup by you. Great pickup.
Unbelievable scene. So we had Bont who had Guinness socks on. The WA boys and the Sydney boys didn't have ties. Zorko had a tie on, but it was around his ankles. Luke Ryan's rolled in with a pair of white Reeboks on. Just like, Bont, you are the captain of the squad. You're the leader. Get the boys together. You got to say.
Must be one of those, though, don't you reckon?
Yeah. This is your team. You got to tell the boys this is dress code here. Never again. It was a bit shambles. That photo was shambles.
I liked the socks, though. I mean,
I like the Guinness socks. It's fine.
do you reckon, hey, foreshadowing, is it time that we return back to Ireland?
Maybe he wants to.
Is that what that was?
Little ode to, hey, let's get back to Ireland so we
Yeah.
can sing some Guinnesses. But just, that in terms of dress code and looking like a unit in all
Yeah.
sorts. And in the team, I think the team's not too bad. But as we said, as we probably predicted, it's just a lodge of stars in like the right place, even the wrong places. Just get a team full of stars.
Yeah.
Because we're going to riot. D'Ambrosio should have been in the team. He's been up and down that wing all year, dominating, and doesn't get a look in because he's just not the star power that they wanted, the AA wanted. Apart from, who else missed? Zach Merritt missed. Charlie Curnow, third in the Coleman, didn't make the team. Only one goal behind Cameron, missed most of the Hawks game, didn't play against the Saints. Sydney have 4 players. David Roden didn't get the goal umpire.
Yeah, weird.
We should write for that as well. And Gawn gets his 7th jacket. Bont gets his 6th. That's a lot of jackets hanging up. Now I don't know what they do with them. They hang them up.
Yeah.
I've seen Doc's one. He's worn it out and about once before to the pub as a real flex. But I don't know what you do with those jackets. But 7's a lot. That's a lot of jackets. Even if the Bont can get 6.
Yeah, that's...
6 jackets, no Brownlows.
I mean, I'm not being funny, and I would assume that the Bont's probably on a little bit more coin than I am. But I can only fit 6 jackets overall in my wardrobe.
Yeah, I think you
You got to do something about that.
do they get? I wonder if they get an award. Do they get like an actual trophy? A trophy would be nice.
Trophy would be nice.
Like an
But
all-star. I think when you make an all-star, you get something.
feels probably unnecessary if you've got the jacket, but yeah,
A jacket's just not practical.
no. And expensive to frame,
Very expensive.
because I tried to get my Messi framed on the weekend.
Oh yeah, they didn't miss you.
They saw me coming.
Yeah, got ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did a bit of, okay, yep, all right, well, I'll come back with it.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. Ollie Dempsey, guy who looks like me a little bit. No, I looked a lot at him during the week. I was like, okay, you look a lot like me a bit. If I had long hair.
Like a weird sort of fantasy? Was it like,
It's
because
like, I've done
seeing
that.
it?
Yeah, like a mirror.
Yeah.
A younger mirror. He wins the Rising Star, wins with 52 votes, beat Wardlaw, who had 43, and Kai Lohman, who had 21. Loved his acceptance speech. You see what he said? He said that he had to thank, or Jez said that he had to thank the tribunal for ruling out Harley Reid and Sam Darcy. Just humorous.
And that's the culture they're setting there.
That's a guy who's got some jokes in him. Love that from him. Just a realist as well. Dacos won the AFL Coaches Player Award. 21 years old. He's got a trophy cabinet. I mean, speaking of trophy cabinets and where you put the stuff, this guy's filling his quickly. 21 years old, 70 games experience. This is what he's done. Premiership player, 2 times All-Australian, AFL Coaches Player of the Year, Rising Star winner, AFL Coaches Association Young Player of the Award winner, and 3rd in the Brownlow last year. 21 years old, 70 games. We're looking at just a GOAT being formed here. And we've said it before, if you don't like Collingwood, fair enough. But put that aside and look at Dacos separate of that and go, this kid is just a stud. What he's producing, what he's doing, he's on track to be the GOAT. Mm-hmm. And we have to respect it because it's an absolutely amazing GOAT that I love watching.
And he'll be close to cracking 100 games before he's 22 or like in and around that time?
His 22nd birthday is in Jan.
Okay, so definitely not.
No, yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
So
anyway.
100 games by 23.
Yeah.
Which is still,
it's pretty good.
I mean, and he could win a Brownlow this year.
Yeah.
Just an absolute stud. Prince of Perth wins the best first-year player. That's just probably always going to happen.
Yep.
Butters goes back-to-back for most courageous player in the league. Now, interesting. I feel like we'd speak about Butters getting fined a lot for some stuff that probably might not be courageous.
Yeah.
Like some late hits off the ball and stuff. But, hey, players voted. Sheasel won the best young player and the big dog. Bontempelli wins AFL Players MVP for the 3rd time in his career. I think this is the award that starts holding a bit more weight than the Brownlow. Because your peers vote on this.
Okay.
I think if I was a player, I'd take more away from winning this award than a Brownlow.
So if Bontempelli doesn't win a Brownlow, he'll go, so I've got an AFL Players MVP? Do you reckon he'd think like that?
Well, probably not, but I think I would rather, and then in my career go, okay, I didn't win a Brownlow, but my peers voted me as the best player in the league 3 times. Mm-hmm. So that's great.
Yeah, okay.
That's great. A Brownlow is becoming a bit of a lottery.
Yeah.
Eyes through someone else who sees the game. The umpires see so much during a game. Yeah. There's so much going on for them to keep track on, for them to focus. They then have to go after the game downstairs and be like, oh, yeah, so who played well? But as a player, consistently can see you through the whole year and track you and go, okay, this guy's a stud.
Now, just on the Brownlow, definitely just needs to be on that night or during this week.
They've gone early in the awards year.
But, like, it makes sense to me. Like, because, my least favourite thing is, okay, let's just say who is a chance from an interstate team. So, like, Lachie Neale would be there or thereabouts, right? If Brisbane make it again, I fucking hate when we have to cross to a green room in Brisbane and everyone's just having a water. And it's just like, what's the point? You don't really get to enjoy it.
No.
You don't really get to soak it up. So I say bring it forward to that bye week.
I think the whole bye week needs to move. I reckon once the season's done, you get straight into finals and then have the bye week the week before the grand final. So if you're concussed in that last game to make a grand final, you can at least have enough time to turn around and get back into it. If you're injured, you have enough time to get back. The first week is great for the players to have a break, but is it really like need? Do people go, oh, thank God, I'm so glad that's over? Because the teams who had a hot run into it, like the Hawk, who are flying into finals, the last thing they want to do is stop and have a week off. They want to keep going. The Dogs are the same thing. Now they've got to stop and get themselves going again. And we see it in every game. The first quarter in these finals are just rusty and slow. And then it starts ramping up again. Let's just keep this thing going. Bring it to the end of the year. Everyone, like you said, everyone can get the awards. Everyone can have a few beers maybe. Maybe if you're in the grand final, you won't. Aesthetically, the clubs won't let you. The brands won't let you. Sponsors. But I think we just move it that way.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
But geez, the Bond just speaks well, doesn't he?
Oh, he's classy.
He's done a class or something on speaking.
Yeah, he could have done, we love the MC Jared Walsh in Adelaide. He does a Speak Good class. He might have done that.
I might do that. He speaks so well. He spoke about Bevo. Bevo just became the longest serving coach of the Dogs in Dogs history. And his speech for that was unbelievable.
Yep.
And no script. Just the transcript was in here.
Yeah.
Just from the heart to the head.
He's got a transcript in him.
He's got a script in him. He speaks so well. And then off the fly, like Howie threw to him, say, I'm just going to say thanks to a few people. He didn't, but came up with something. Straight away, just had something ready to go. Speaks so well. So could this be the year he wins a Brownlow? I want him to win one so bad.
I know.
He deserves to win one.
Yeah.
We got to give him one. He wins or we right. Let's move to this just crazy story, which I hope we can just put a bow on and tie it off. But the world and the industry does crazy things. Melbourne just has another crazy, bizarre week. So it starts off with Sam McClure breaking the news. Somehow that he got wind of that Trac wants out, wants to grow his personal brand, wants to play in front of bigger crowds, or is angry at the club for how things were handled during his injury. So that's played out and Trac's silent. No one's saying anything. Then Kate Roffey jumps on SEN during the week. Did you hear this interview?
Didn't hear it.
Just typical Melbourne PR train wreck of an interview. If you thought the one with Gary Pert and Goody at the start of the year was bad, this one is on par. This was just horrible. It came across to me when I was listening to it, and you can go find it on SEN. It was with Waitley, that the board has no idea what's happening.
No.
Zero idea. So she came out and speculated and said that, no, everything's actually quite okay behind the scenes. In fact, we feel, the board of Melbourne, we feel that the media has just, built this story and speculated and make sure that, maybe this isn't all that it seems. And Jared said, look, no, this is actually real stuff we're hearing. We haven't made this up. There's no way we pulled this from nowhere. So she said that Trac had some issues, raised them to the club, and that they're good issues, and she agrees with them, and they're going to work out things. Then was asked, hey, have you spoken to Trac and his management? Hadn't spoken to him. This is your best player. This is your most expensive asset. Your most expensive investment in your future in your club, and you haven't spoken to him? Why are you on SEN speaking? Like, why would you do that?
Get Bont in to give him a lesson in speaking. They need to fix this.
It's like when Melbourne, as we said, they're terrible at dealing with crisis management.
Oh, awful.
They're the worst in the league with it. They just are. They need to go literally speak to Walshy and Bont and be like, how do you speak?
Yeah.
Why would she feel the need to jump on when you haven't even spoke? Surely you knew that Waitley was going to be like, hey, have you spoken to Bont? And then you say no.
It's a pretty standard question. It's a pretty obvious, like, how is he then?
It would be one of the first three questions you ask.
Yeah.
Is this an issue? How is he? Hey, have you spoken to him?
Yeah.
Good? No. Okay, so no wonder there's some issues there. So that happens. And then on Saturday night, as if they kind of wanted to leak it out under the radar because everyone's out and about enjoying some drinks somewhere, or they're out doing their own thing with no week of footy on, they leak out this statement from Trac and Melbourne on a joint post, which is big. So they're now assuming collabed on this. So this is us now thinking that maybe this is Trac's personal statement. With the other ones we thought maybe it's not him. They said Melbourne midfielder Christian Petrarca has confirmed his commitment to the red and blue, putting to bed any speculation regarding his future. Over the last few weeks, there's been a lot of speculation regarding my role at the Melbourne Football Club. This has occurred as part of the end-of-year review process in which I voiced my concerns as leader, wanting to better our football club, playing group, and fans. During this time, I've been in open communication with the players, the leadership group, and club leaders to ensure we can work together to improve as a club. I make no apologies for wanting to better our club and contribute to our success both on and off the field. I love my footy. It remains my number one priority and always has been. As for my future at the Melbourne Football Club, I remain committed to playing for the red and the blue. Christian, blink twice if you're being held hostage. You just know Gary Pert, Kate Goody had like a knife in his back as he's typing this out. Yes, it's all very good. Everything's fine. Everything's good. It's like, yes, I love it here so much. I want to stay here for a very long time. Help me, please.
I'm sure if we spend enough time, maybe when we got an intern, we'll bring them in to dissect this. There's got to be a code in here somewhere.
Yeah. Is there any capitals?
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a OTDI.
GET, get, ME, me, OUT, out, OF.
Oh my God.
Get me! Oh my God, it's a code for get me out of here. It just felt very like, okay, that's just a forced thing. Like they've clearly. Here's what I think's happened. angry at the footy club, and rightly so, almost died in the field.
Sure.
All right to be angry and a bit disgruntled. Tells them that this is not on, it's enough's enough, and he wants to leave.
Yep.
Has a big contract, realised that this thing isn't going to be easy to get out of, and then someone from his camp has to leak it out to the media to get loud on it and to shake the tree. They leak it to the media. And I don't know, this is what I think has happened. They leak it to the media. Management then goes around while this is leaked out and happening and clubs get wind of it and goes out and sees, hey, could this actually happen? Does any club here have anything to make this work? Realizes that it is literally going to be impossible for any club, the 2 or 3 clubs that he nominated, big clubs, to take on one, his $1.7 million contract, and 2, they don't have any pieces that Melbourne would accept. So now there's no clubs out there that could make this deal could not happen, and Melbourne weren't going to make it, weren't going to let it happen anyway. So he has now come back to the club and said, "Oh well, better sit in this contract for another 2 years or so before I try and figure out if I can go do this again." Just been an absolute nightmare, just a nightmare, or that's happened, or Melbourne have given him tough love and said, "I'm sorry, mate, that's just not happening." This is just an absolute circus. And I think Melbourne and Christian Petrarca, if they were sitting down and took some kind of honesty test, they'd go, "This has been a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's been did not need to get like this. It's been a circus." Because if we're talking about his personal brand, that he's come out and said that, or we've got wind of that he wanted to enhance and progress. Horrible for the personal brand.
Yeah. It's so interesting. You're spot on about everything there. It's, what happened between Trac and Melbourne is a complete secret. So naturally, the whole world knows. And it's just, look, I'm glad something was said. That's how I would feel. If I was a Melbourne fan, I'm like, okay, thank God we're not just seeing this awkward kind of Melbourne saying one thing and Trac's posting spaghetti videos.
Yeah. He still was during it.
He still was. So it's like, okay, come on.
I saw someone.
We can't just pretend here.
I saw someone, he posted something like sesame pancake thing. And one of the comments was like, "Fuck your pancakes, are you staying or not?"
Dan, tell me that's not valid.
So it's a good question.
Yeah.
But on the track page, I don't give a shit about pancakes, are you staying or not? It's just every comment. Oh, fair enough. It's just been so poorly handled. And unfortunately, what happens in this situation, if there's ever smoke around something and it's out in the media and there's some sort of truth to it. There just is. The media don't just make, they're very untrustworthy at most times, but they don't just make something up and go live with it on national television if there's not some kind of something there. But this has just been, for Trac now, do you think his personal brand has taken a hit? As in, has he become slightly villainy in this? Because I feel like if I'm a player at Melbourne and I go, if I'm Melbourne, I'm DJ Shitboy, I'm just a player, and I see this going on and Trac is saying he wants to grow his brand and, he wants the club to be better, then you've actually put yourself in front of everyone else here at the club. As in, we talk about no one's bigger than the football club. Well, I feel like you might be and you're trying to be. And now you want to come back after you haven't got your way. I, as a player, would be sitting there going, ugh.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel great.
In that statement, though, the quote saying, "I'm making no apologies for wanting to better our club," I think is very valid. And I don't think that he is coming across like a villain when it's at this specific club that is clearly in shambles. I think that if he was currently at a team that was fine, well structured, normal, if he was at a Sydney doing this, you'd be like, "Mate,
but Sydney wouldn't let it happen."
But in my opinion, exactly. So that's why he's not a villain.
No,
because I'm like, I'd be freaking pretty frustrated too if I was you at Melbourne.
Well, maybe not a villain, but I feel like the amount of pressure now he's put on the club to go and get a key forward, to go and be better, to now you have to go back to finals.
But
to
would
be
you not
successful.
agree with all of those things?
100%.
Anyway?
I do. And I think any player who is in his position, who's a good player, should be asking the football club to always provide those things.
Yep.
But behind closed doors, didn't need to bring it into the public space.
Sure.
And say, "Hey, I'm going to bait my contract elsewhere if you don't start doing it." The handling of that, that would make me feel like, okay, well, you could have just gone to Gorney and the leadership group and said, "Hey, I don't like doing this. Can we please change some things around here? I really want to get back to finals." Didn't like I was handled. You've dragged it out in public for 2 weeks now.
I just want to believe that maybe that has already happened and nothing's come from it. So it's like, all right then.
And we'll never know.
Yeah.
You know, you and I were talking now about it, but we'll never know. This is all speculation. Who knows where? The truth of all this stuff that's been from Sam McClure to now this statement, there is some bits that are true, there's some bits that are false, and then there's a bunch of shit in there.
I saw a great meme. Someone said, breaking, Sam McClure reveals how many sheets of toilet paper Petrarca uses for every wipe.
Fuck.
It's so true.
I don't believe he was wrong. Everyone's going to say, oh, Sam's missed again. He said the Harley Reid, West Coast won't take Harley Reid. He said all this other stuff. I don't think he was wrong. I think he was bang on with it, and it's just played out a different way because Trac and Trac's camp didn't think a trade could get done here.
Yeah.
So for those who are saying, oh, he's missed it, I don't think he has.
No.
I think he's got something, someone's leaked something to him, and it just hasn't gone the way that I think he maybe reported it would have, as in getting a trade. He never said that he was going to get traded. He just said he was unhappy.
Yeah.
So, but all of this now, and on top of this, Cozzy Pickett's gone, this is great. Because now my news isn't as big. I want to go to Perth.
Real fly under the radar.
Great. So, okay, Trac's doing all this stuff, and now you want to leave us as well? Oh, great. Another headache. The board's going, we have a Cozzy Pickett on the team? You don't know? He's one of the best players. What? How many players have you got in this club?
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, so you're telling us we've got more players than Trac. That's news to me.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And where do we play again?
Yeah.
So now he wants to leave. He's homesick now. He's from SA, but his preference is to go to WA. I think he's got family in WA. I think Liam Ryan is actually part of his family for West Coast. So his preference is the Dockers.
Yep.
But happy to land at the Eagles. If he gets the Dockers are just building something scary out west. If they can bring in Bolton, Baker, and Pickett, pack it up.
Really?
Pack it up. On top of Sarong, Brayshaw, Jackson, Tracy, Young, Amos, Clark, Pierce, Ryan. Pack it up.
And such a great age range as well.
So young, just going to be the being in Perth and that fortress they've got there, to bring in those pieces, Bolton, Baker, and Pickett, good luck.
Yeah.
Premiership next few years.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how they're going to make it work. But I feel like if a player says they want to go somewhere and their preference is to go to a certain club, that means they've had a conversation there. And those things always work out in the end.
Yeah.
So, jeez. I mean, again, Kate came out and said that relationship. I mean, Kate said that wasn't going to happen. That was all speculation, that he was just homesick. But then literally 4 hours later, he's like, oh, no, I'm like really homesick.
Like, I don't think you understand how homesick I am.
But I mean, and the fallout for this could be good for Melbourne. This is where I say, okay, Melbourne fans, I know it's been grim and it's probably been a bad off-season year and now off-season again.
Yeah.
But this is where I go, maybe this is just the clouds clearing and this could actually be good for your organisation. So Trac commits himself. Oliver gets his full preseason. Max doesn't have a broken leg. May and Lever stay healthy. They go out and get a key forward because maybe they get a couple of draft picks back from Pickett.
Yep.
And then this thing looks completely different next year.
It's true.
A clean slate, they go again. So let's hope that we don't have to keep speaking about Trac and the situation at Melbourne anymore, because I think the circus around it has made me feel like I'm a clown. You know? So
Yeah.
hopefully we're done with it. Hopefully done. Only team that had a worse week than Melbourne would probably be the Tigers.
Yeah.
Bad week for the Tigers. Baker, Rioli, Bolton, all request trades. More trade requests than wins this year for Richmond. Just everyone's leaving. You've had a bad year when you've got more trade requests than wins. 3 trade requests, 2 wins. Draft picks Tigers are going to get, though, for this stuff, they're going to be stuck at the draft. Like, be crazy the hand they're going to have. So the picks they could have with everything, maybe the dominoes falling in place for Bolton, Baker, and Rioli, this is what it could look like. Pick 1, they won that. Pick 6 from the Suns for Rioli. Pick 9 from Freo for Bolton. Pick 10 or 12 from Freo, all West Coast for Baker. Pick 17 for Bolton, pick 20 for Rioli, pick 21 is their own, pick 22 compo pick for Jack Graham, and pick 29 is their own.
Yeah,
it's just a first round full of Richmond.
Yeah.
Not a bad year to start building with Tassie coming, who are going to have an absolute bucket load of cash.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a heap of draft picks as well. So that's going to be, I mean, and then there's the whispers around Tom Lynch as well.
Yeah, well, so this is the thing, right? I'd continue to kick everyone off the Titanic.
You would?
Because then you could have a top 10 draft pick. Like, you could have 1 through 10.
They could literally clear everything
just
out.
Go, righto.
And now they're looking at their older bloke as well, who are there, who are maybe 2 years off, and Tom Lynch is one of them.
What's the point? Seriously.
I mean, on the cards, we have Melbourne and Collingwood who say, look, we want a big forward. Tom Lynch is there. You've got a Titanic that's sinking. He's going, oh, here we go. I'm going down. Ankles are getting wet.
Yep.
And he goes, I'm out of here as well. So they could offload him. The only thing about him is he's getting paid 1.5. So who's got the cash to spend that on him? We asked for a first rounder for him still at age 30
I
odd.
think you still could.
Jeez. I mean, there's a bit happening in Richmond. How's the draft number? Add the draft numbers, the jumper numbers they've got available. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 16, 17, 24, 29, 34, 50. I mean, if you're
numbers.
a senior player, it's a high number. You're going, oh, I'm coming down here.
Yeah.
Surely.
I've got number awareness in a pretty big way.
Literally. Number one pick will get his first crack at those numbers.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Do you reckon he'll get 4?
It always works with that. The draft picks get, 4, yeah.
Do you reckon?
I reckon you got to save the 4 for like an absolute jet.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold off on the 4.
I think it makes sense.
You can't be having
Or retire it. They could retire it.
such a good number though.
Yeah.
Good on the back. Boy, contract stringer. Won't get a contract beyond 2025. Now, kicked 42 goals this year, obviously. Contractor. He was always going to kick 42. Almost kicked 80 at one point there. He was on track for 80 the way he started because it was a contract year. But he won't get another offer from Essendon for anything beyond 2025. The only reason he got another contract for next year is because he hit a trigger in his contract. Of course he did. Contract year.
Contract
This
year.
was going to do that. So him and his camp now are saying, hold on, we want to get paid. We just kick 42 goals a year. Pay us. And they're saying, no, but we're not going to pay you. We're not going to give you a contract beyond 2025. You are more than welcome to go and explore anything else out there, but we will not give you a contract past 2025. Then Zach Merritt gets wind of this, goes into the club to talk to Brad Scott and says, hey, what's going on here? This guy kicked 42 goals this year. Why aren't we giving him anything beyond? So for me, sure. Does he rock up to pre-seasons a little bit out of shape? Yes.
Who doesn't? Daniel?
Who doesn't? It's a long season to get fit. Does he do it often? Yes, he does. But that's just the way he rolls. Yeah. So the only reason I think they've done this is because if you put him in contract year on 1 year deals,
we're going to see the best.
We're going to see the best of him. And I think every other club will do the same thing. Why would you, knowing that his history is, and it's good on him, because I'll probably do the same thing. You give me 5 years, I'm going to give you 4 average ones and one really good one in contract year. So I think every club from here are going to go, just have a bunch of ones.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of ones. We'll pay you for ones.
Check
contract stringer. Classic contract
it's a phenomenon.
stringer. Keep him performing, keep him on the hook. Brent Daniels signs a monster 6-year contract extension.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how good he was. I've been noticing him over there. I think, he's a great player, gets up high in the midfield, then darts back forward. But I didn't realise, okay, this guy's actually elite in every stat that we have in the competition. Just a machine, important piece of this team. Underrated player, was in the All-Australian squad, I believe, this year. Just a gun and gets paid for 6 years. Him and his team got paid big bucks.
Yep.
That is a big contract for a medium-sized man. Gonna need a bigger bank account for him. Scott Pendlebury signs on for a 20th season. Bring back the dreads.
No North, which is disappointing for you.
I ran with that early.
Yeah, a little bit early.
I said that maybe he'd have the thought like, hey, I could go here. But gets the 20th season.
If the Magpies didn't offer him that, then we would have possibly
I think so.
it, yeah.
I think so. But I reckon what he should do for his 20th year, bring back the dreads.
Couldn't agree more.
Don't you reckon?
Yep.
I think it was something like his best year he ever had was in dreads. Bring it back. I mean, now he's got, unless his hair grows rapidly. I saw him the other day when I was on my run, actually. He got short hair. So unless, I don't know how long it takes to grow dreads, but he could have like fake dreads. A wig.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be highly inappropriate and very much cultural appropriation, but I think that if you could find a few clip-ons, then why not go for it?
Yeah. 20 years, no Friday beers. 20 years of carb loading, not before, hydrating. 20 years of chasing leather ball around. This guy loves his football. 20 years is a long career. He must be sore every game.
20 years with no Friday beers, it hurts me.
There was another Chinese whisperer in trades, talking about trades this episode, that Geelong were going to offer him a 3-year deal given how young he is. They reckon he's great for their age group. Yeah. Bring in some fresh blood.
Fresh blood.
Down at Geelong. Down at Cardinia Park. Shout out to Scott. Now, they're getting old as shit, the Pies. They got him for 20th. They got a Still Cyberman for a 17th and a Will Hoskin for a 14th season. Aging list. Aging. So, interesting to see how they go next year.
That's one of the funniest jokes you've ever made, Dan.
Funny guy. Say things all the time. Cannot wait to pick your brain on this. The man who you assured us wasn't leaving. You sat there all season telling us, nah, watch this space. Oh, I'm just telling you, there's some conversations. He's not going anywhere. Josh Battle officially says, take the chopsticks out of my retinas. I'm out of here. I'm going to Hawthorn.
Well, did he posted on his story So that doesn't count, in my opinion.
He also asked if he could run through the banner one last time for a non-milestone game with his daughter, the last game of the year. So you probably thought, oh no, that's just a nice thing that he can do with his daughter. How much have you wanted to deny that he's leaving?
Okay, so I'm coming from a couple angles, right? I'm coming from when we step into this world, I'm Dan Does Footy. When I step out of it, I'm a St Kilda Football Club life member and employee.
Yep.
I can't be adding to rumours. So I sit here either saying nothing or going, well, let's just see. And I thought I was half a chance.
But you have,
getting
when
this
you
right.
say that, you have inside intel, which you could provide our listeners, our beautiful listeners, some kind of insight into what's actually happening before those scumbags in the media do.
I did hear last game, I was waiting to get a photo with Ross Lyon in the change rooms. Didn't get one. But I heard him speaking to a family and he said, yeah, all good. And let's just hope we keep Josh. And I thought, no, I liked it. I thought, so you're joking about it? You're aware of the rumours? That's like foreshadowing, but
no, not to be.
Whatever.
How do you feel? Everyone's leaving Saints.
Are they?
Well, I don't feel like you guys are very much a destination club, are you? You got a war chest, though.
I reckon top 4 next year.
Oh, my God. Ollie.
Is that... I don't think it's early enough.
It's
This
literally
thing-
September the 2nd and you've run with Saints top 4.
Yeah. Saints top 4.
You're off your head. How are you pulling a top 4? You didn't even make finals.
Well, for starters, you only won 2 more games than us. So with a
Mate,
younger list...
We're going
than
to
you-
Brisbane. You're going to Bali. We're on different flight paths.
I reckon with what we enter the draft with, but you watch this trade period, people are going to be jumping on.
Of course so, because you have a war chest full of money.
There you go.
That's why.
That's all you need then.
So Dan Houston was linked to you,
Yeah.
which would be a good get.
That'd be
given
a
that,
great get.
So you have that.
That'd be a great get.
Apart from that, there's not a lot else coming through the door.
There are a few interns.
Yeah, you got a Bailey guy coming down potentially.
Just what?
Wow.
Look, I take back the top 4, but
No, you can't now. You got to sit with it. You can't take it back, mate. You can't run with something like that on the 2nd of
Okay,
September and go, I'll take it back now.
4th though. We'll be
Top 4, you said top 4.
Yeah, but 4th.
Everyone who's watching this, someone save this clip of Ollie saying we're going to be top 4 next season. So when we get to round 4 and you guys are 0-4, we can play it back.
Ah, dear.
Crazy. But the Saints came late to make him stay. Now, I think it was smart from the Saints because they had to bump up the offer to make Hawthorn match because if Hawthorn matched, then you get a compo pick.
Yes, exactly.
So they threw $950 at him. So Hawthorn must have matched it or offered more for him to be confident enough and to clear at the league.
It's a fair bit of money for
$950.
Josh Battle, to be fair. I love him, but
I think he's a
That's
decent
a lot
player.
of coin.
$950.
yeah.
You just that just reeks of new TV deal.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting paid.
Yeah.
Except for contract stringer.
He's the only one.
That TV deal, people are getting paid over what they're worth. And everyone's scared of Tassie coming in. So it's just lock up all your key players or marquee players while you can now and put them on big deals.
Yeah,
I think it was $950 over 6 years they offered him.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That's for me. I love the guy, but I would never have paid that.
No.
Like, that's a lot.
No, I think you locked away Mason Wood for another 2.
Yeah,
I saw today.
thank good.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But crazy. Okay, well, off to Hawks. He'll look good. So now they're going to have Barras and Josh Bell down there.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's handy.
Everyone, why is Hawthorn becoming good again? Everyone wants to jump on. Poor Sam Frost is going, oh, great.
Yeah,
I've been here holding
excellent.
the ship together and now everyone wants to jump on it now. All right, so let's turn our attention. Week 1 of finals coming up. I'm so excited. This is going to be great. Had a week off.
Yep.
We all just kind of, I hope we relax. I hope people don't go too hard celebrating.
No, I can't imagine people did.
I feel like we were very tame this week.
Yeah.
Now it's September. Oh, that's right. Is it spring? Yeah, it is officially.
It is as well. How
Yeah.
good.
Okay. The weather's warm. The beers go down a bit easier. That's right. Oh, I can wear shorts and a t-shirt now, potentially. Oh, I can go out. I can get hay fever.
Yeah.
For sure. You smell that? Smells like footy action to me. Sounds like beers barking at us at the pub, at the G, at a friend's house, wherever you watch it. Let's get into week 1 of finals. We're not going to preview. We're just going to see what's happening in the league in terms of injuries. Who's getting themselves up?
Yep.
Who's getting themselves down? Will Day for the Hawk out.
No good.
No good. Will not risk his collarbone for a big game on Friday against the Dogs. 90,000, they reckon, the Loud House. That's massive. That is big. I feel like 90,000 for those two is like 40 of each and then 10,000 of people who just love footy.
Yeah, totally.
Just get a ticket to go watch them go head to head. Not a lick of defense to be played. And that's a big blow for the Hawks because against a stacked midfield as well. So that's going to be interesting. Who, early predictions on that one? Or do we want to leave it for Thursday?
Let's leave it.
Okay. At the Blues, big session today. Spoke to the great man, Sam Dockley, this morning. Big session day for him. So a lot of whispers. Mitch Cleary's been heavy on it. It's getting out now that it's likely he's going to play football this week. Did an ACL in March. So big session today. Clears it. Goes into Vossi's office later and says, we going to Brizzy or not? If he gets through today.
That is incredible.
It's wild.
It's amazing.
I mean, everyone's like, oh, do you take a risk on him? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, you're literally 8th. You're going to Brizzy. You've beaten them in Brizzy already. You surely just roll out your best team, given there's literally no turning back from this if you lose.
Exactly.
So he's putting a case forward today. Also, welcome back, I think, we got Charlie who's putting a case forward. We've got Harry's putting a case. Chera. We've got Williams, Jack Martin, Tom DeConning, Doc.
It's a different beast
Bringing
now.
a whole squad back.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to roll Brizzy. I know we're going to preview it on Thursday, but I've just got a tingle
Really?
that says, oh, upset. Upset in Brizzy. Uh-oh. Goz is going to the Valley to celebrate.
Okay.
You know? I've got a vibe about this thing. Got a vibe. As I said, Thursday night football, Friday night football, Saturday night. I cannot wait. We are back here on Thursday to unpack it all in a big, big preview app as we roll into week 1 of finals. I cannot wait. I'm excited. Get your bandwagon sorted, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't got one, jump on one right now. We'll see you on Thursday.
Let's do it.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.